Today we're bait fishing into a 12-metre deep Cornish estuary with cocktail baits and a few surprise bites.
Hey guys, and welcome back to the Foul Anglers. Today we are down a beautiful estuary setting of an evening, and we are going to be targeting bullhuss, spurdog, rays, conger, anything that we can sort of get. We've got squid baits out, we've got mackerel baits out, we've got crab baits out, we've got worm baits out, we've got everything. So fingers crossed we're able to pull some stuff out. This mark is actually a really good mark for chucking up anything. It can chuck up all sorts. So fingers crossed tonight we'll be on. We've got 4 rods out, and let's get straight to fishing. Okay, so if you couldn't tell, first off, it is freezing cold. Second off, I've had a very nice sort of developing bite on that for the last sort of 3 to 4 minutes. It's got a lovely cocktail bait, so it's got a squid and a crab. It was a frozen hardback crab and then a squid soaked in lugworm blood. We've sort of crushed the frozen crab and wrapped it to the squid, then put the hook through and then wrapped the hook on. So we've got a nice cocktail bait, and it's sort of just been having a developing bite. Looks to me very much like it could be a dogfish. We're sort of, the left one did have a little bit of interest as well a minute ago, but mainly focusing on this one. It was a more positive bite, and we'll sort of see if it turns into anything. Hopefully it will. I'm sure there's probably a fish sat on it now, and it's just the tide is so strong it's very difficult to see. But I'm just going to sort of leave it until either it stops happening or the rod properly bends over and we'll strike into it. We'll keep you guys updated. It's good to see in the daylight because when it gets dark it should get even better than this. So fingers crossed, and we will keep an eye on this rod.
Alright, Harry's getting a bite on this one, so he's going to strike into it. Anything?
Yeah, it feels quite big.
Let him play in for a bit and then I'll go and grab the net. What's it fighting like?
Yeah, just like a very, very heavy weight, and it's got head shakes as well. I mean, it's a nice bend in that rod. That's a 6 ounce. Yeah, it's digging.
Alright, let's grab the net. Net in hand, let's see what we've got. It's staying quite deep. Alright, any second now. Bit of weed and a doggy.
Oh no!
There we go, in the net. First fish of the evening, and it's still daytime, so you can't really complain even though it is a doggy.
Okay, so here we go. He's not really keen to post to the camera, I don't think. But we've got a very, very angry dogfish here. He just wants to kill me, I think. All right, mate. So these guys are brilliant little creatures, to be honest with you. They're so stunning. Obviously a member of the shark family. You can see his teeth there. And you can tell they're dogfish instead of bullhuss, which are very similar in the same family. As dogfish have slightly different eyes. You can see his eyes are like jet black, whereas bullhuss, you can sort of see their pupils a bit more. And then underneath here, you can see where his smell receptors are. All those little dots is how he would have found my bait. You can see here, he hasn't got any nasal flaps. Bullhuss have flaps that sort of cover this area. There he goes, calm down a bit. Oh no, he hasn't. You can see him there. Probably about a pound. And these guys skin as well. Come on, mate. These guys skin. You can see here, if I go like this, really smooth. He's wagging his tail. And then this way, it's like sandpaper. So it's really smooth that way, horrible the other way, which is sort of like a defense mechanism. You can see if I hold him there, he's really just trying to bite me and scratch me with it. And all the bad stuff. And it doesn't feel like much when they do get you, but about a day after these guys get you, it feels awful. So we'll get him ready for release here. There you go. So this guy's ready for release now, and we will pop him out. There he goes, straight back down to the depths. So overall, an awesome first fish. A lot of people don't like dogfish, but to break the blank, and just for us, we don't bait fish enough anyway, so just to see that is really awesome for us anyway. Put up a really, really nice scrap in the tide. It's a really big tide today, so it's absolutely ripping that way. Obviously with the weed and him coming in against the tide, he felt really heavy. So yeah, we'll get baited straight back up. We'll sort of show you the process of what we're using for bait now as well. Now we've got the opportunity of a rig come in and he stripped me of bait anyway. So we'll get back out, and obviously the evening is getting darker now, which hopefully, if you don't know, these sort of fish that we're targeting, so conger eels and huss or dogfish like we've just seen, they really like dark conditions. So overnight, sort of when it's dark, is really, really good for them, and it's sort of better than daytime. So as the night draws in, we should hopefully be on some more fish. The fishing should pick up. We'll get this bait sent out and we'll hopefully get some more. Here we go. So we've got a little squid that's been soaked in lugworm blood, and then a soft crab, the frozen one, that's just been sort of crushed down. So what we're going to do first of all, we've got our bait elastic here, we've got our squid and we've got our crab. So before we put the hook on, we are going to bind these guys together just loosely. It doesn't need to be too techy or anything like that. You can see the juices already coming out of that squid, which is actually quite disgusting, but wrap them up just like that. Just sort of, it will hold them together while they're on the hook, just like that. Now we've got our hook, can hook it straight through the hood of the squid like that and slide it down sort of as far as we can, and then a lovely bait like that. You've got your crab, you've got your squid. This is exactly what I just had that dogfish on, and then we'll bait elastic it more to tighten it down now. It's a bit tighter, just to sort of try and keep that hook in place as much as possible, and that prevents, obviously, if you've got little crabs down there nipping at your bait, or when you cast it and it hits the water, it just sort of holds your hook more in place, which is obviously really, really key for this sort of fishing. You always want your hook point to be nice and proud. You can see if a dogfish comes along from sort of any angle, that hook is going to be the primary sort of bit that it's going to get. So that's the sort of baits we're chucking out tonight. Let's get it out, let's see what we can get. Right, so I've just bought my right hand rod in and it got completely stripped. So I'm just bringing this one in, and it feels like I've got an absolute giant bit of weed, which is probably correct. But it's fighting back because of the tide, so it's giving me some enjoyment for the evening. But no, just checking the rods now. The baits have been out probably a bit longer than they should have been. They're probably out for about 45 minutes now. So I'm going to replace them. Mackerel bait on each one. I put a mackerel tail on the right one and stuck that back out. I've had some good luck on mackerel tails, so I don't know, they're a bit of a good luck charm for me. And this one I'll probably just do a bit of fillet of mackerel.
We carried on fishing into darkness with little to no success, but then finally, after a lot of waiting in the cold and the wind, this happened.
Guys, so we are getting a little bite developing on this rod. It's just sort of been going a little bit, but we're not sure if it's a crab, if it's a huss, if it's a conger, or sort of what it is. But we've got the night searcher light on, so we can see it nicely. We're sort of just gonna let it develop and see if it turns into anything.
Bite slowly kept on going for another minute or so. We decided it best to bring it in, as there could be a small fish on the end, or even a crab just having a go at it.
Yeah. I mean, it's a bit heavy, it could be weed. Doesn't feel particularly like a fish.
Could even be the crab coming up.
Yeah, there he is.
Right, so there we go. That is the little female spider crab that we just brought up. Got her unhooked. She was actually barely holding on, so good thing we grabbed her. You can see she's raring to go. If I put her down, she wants off.
She knows where the water is as well.
But now she's got her legs out. You can see the claws there, proportionally smaller to the body. She's got the wider carapace underneath as well there, which is that bit there. We'll put a... But yeah, these guys are going to be playing at our baits all night, I think. It is quite common for this mark for these guys to be around. More so in winter, but they're obviously still here, just not as big. So we'll get her back. We got both night searchers. So we've got the night searcher Nova Star. Show you here for our bait fishing sessions. We always bring one of these guys along. Helps keep us lit up. Helps us with filming as well, really. But there we go. We'll get this girl back. sent on her way. There we go. I'll pop her in as gently as I can and she'll just float back with the tide. There we go. Off she goes.
So as you can see, how she's been rolling around in the mud there, you can see the trail of sort of silt that she's left behind. That's because it's a very muddy bottom and she'll just be walking around on that. You see the bubbles there. She'll be at the bottom by now. Nice stuff. So there we go. That brings our session to a natural close. We have fished through all the baits we had out and had no further luck. It is freezing. As a few of you loyal viewers may know, I've got Reynards in my hands and it's freezing. It's so cold that I bought a bait in to change the bait. Couldn't even feel anything and I had a hook in my thumb and it's cut me quite deep. I'm all good and it's all fine, but it just goes to show how cold it is. It reminds me of winter and it is not very pleasant. Also, we didn't even bring coats because we thought it'd be quite warm. But anyway, yeah, so we do enjoy our bait fishing. We don't do it that often. So if you guys do have any tips or anything, leave it down below. And as always, thank you very much for Night Searcher for the continued support. These products are brilliant. We've got the head torch, we've got the power bank, we've got the Nova Star. It's just brilliant. Nice to be out and be able to just light up all our rods when we are fishing. But yeah, as Ollie said, the boat will be out very, very soon. So we should be out on the reefs, out on the Huss, whatever you guys want to see and whatever the conditions sort of allow us. We should be out all summer on the boat. It will be brilliant. Yeah, so that being said, as always, if you guys did enjoy, please leave a like and subscribe down below. It really, really does help us out. And if you did enjoy this one, you can subscribe here and then you can watch more of our content here. Thank you very much for watching, guys, and we will see you next week.